Yo, I see you dudes still out there eating that Geno's. I was waiting for the date. I'm like, man, are they going to make that marker date? Are they going to cut that man loose? They're going to guarantee his contract. What are they going to do? They guaranteed that man's contract. So at the very least, as of now, you guys are still eating that Geno's. As a matter of fact, you may be grubbing that Geno's this year, especially when you take into account your man Grubb's offense right here. So I like this right here. A lot of the application or the stuff that's applicable with what they were doing last year, I think will fall over, and then you add in some new wrinkles. I love his ability to get guys out and get them kind of on spotlight type routes, right? Even this to the back out of the backfield. Look at this. So they're going to determine this to be man coverage, right? Of course, sending your man in motion right here. You'll have someone follow him. You have your outside receiver right here who is on a nasty split or reduced split, cut split, however you want to say that right there. He's just pretty much running interference. Same deal right here with the tight end. So if it's man coverage, you send your back out to the backfield. You send them out of the backfield into the flat. All you have to do is have somebody right here run a route. Muddy the waters a little bit. Linebackers don't know what to do. You get him isolated on a safety who has to come up and make a tackle on someone like a Kenneth Walker or a Zach Charbonnet or a Kenny McIntosh. Definitely trying to see Kenny McIntosh. He would destroy it in this type of offense. This is tailor-made for his skill set right here. We see this. Bring him in motion just to go to the other side on a spotlight route. Give him enough time, bang. You got it to him quick enough the way he's able to meet that inertia, right? Have somebody try to break down in space with him. You see him catch the ball right here. He's able to look upfield and determine what's cracking right here. It's really tough to tackle these guys out in space like that to begin with. And then the caliber of back you have definitely makes a difference. And we know Seattle to have some very high quality caliber running backs. I like these type of plays right here. Geno Smith, bang, action, quick hitters. The rhythm and timing aspect of it and all that definitely will shine, no doubt about that. Why not use spacing against the defense? I know it's cliche, but you're just pretty much taking what the defense gives you. You have this in and out coverage here with a ton of spacing, and you get this stacked alignment, right? Damn near bowling pin alignment here, or with these reduced splits. Man, shoot it to the flat, right? You get a back running out to the flat as well. Same deal right here, man. Mirrored on both sides. Get the ball out quickly. Make people tackle. Look at that. Like spacing concept there. Like, why not? Why the hell not? Too easy. Right? You're going to play that far off, I'm going to make you tackle out in space. Get the ball out really quick there. Let my man run after the catch. Also, I like the application of giving people just a little bit of eye candy, if anything, right? You get a motion man, right? He motions from out to the backfield, the running back there. You get a trade from the tight end here. You get people moving in tight, right? A lot of stuff to work with here. And this could have been an even bigger play right here. See that, right? Motioning tight, and then you get that trips alignment right here. So now it's something totally different than what they started out with as far as the defense. Now they're having to communicate and everything, and then watch this levels concept take shape. Right? We see it coming out here. You get a man running off out there to the boundary or run off. Look at the levels concept. One. And if this was available here, you will get that as well. So you read deep to short here. This right here is probably where they should have gone. Your man Geno Smith, that's his shit right there. We've seen him throw that over route quite a few times there. He'll square up and throw against the grain. He's really good at that right there. If he could have made that, but Penix right here takes the path of least resistance, just gets a little baby gainer out of it there. But I think Geno would have saw that right there and would have hit that up the field right there. So, hey. Some really good stuff they have going on. Now, listen, man, I'm not here to do the film study. I'm here to talk about them grubbing at Geno's and how I'm on a new dope right here. I don't give a damn what you say about Geno Smith. With the changeover in coaching, people saying like, hey, it's Pete Carroll, right? He's the only one in the world who likes Geno Smith and all this and that. He's gone, and they still pick up Geno's contract. Now, that's not to say that in the future, like, or maybe they trade him or whatever like that. We're just dealing with the here and now. That man is as good as anybody that's in that, I don't know, maybe 5 to 12 range as far as quarterbacks goes. Like, on any given Sunday, the quarterbacks between 5 and 12 can be flipped. So here are some other veterans that we can compare him against, right? Some of his peers here. Some of these guys in their late 20s, about to hit the 30s, up until guys who are in their mid-30s as well. So you get Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, and Derek Carr. So on any given Sunday, a guy like Derek Carr could be the 5th best quarterback in the league. And then on Sundays, he could be the 12th best quarterback, or probably even worse. He's just got that type of skill set, or he's been producing like that over his career. So very talented cat, same deal with Goff and then Stafford. But look at this, right? So I took the last couple of years for Stafford, Goff, and Carr. I added in those few games for Geno Smith because he missed a couple of games there that he did in the 2021 season, I believe, there, just to kind of even it out here. You can't really even it out because your man Matthew Stafford here can't answer the bell. Injury prone to start his career, then he hit a little bit of a spell to where he wasn't injured, but hey, man, to make the club, baby, you can't be in the tub, right? So 36 games for Smith, 34 for Jared Goff, 32 for Carr here. Now, QB record, I hate that shit, right? You can do good as hell as a QB and have a terrible defense, and then they put that on your record. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard. I wish they would take that away. That's like casual fan 101 thinking. Oh, look at his record as a... No, bro. It don't work that way. Anybody who actually played would tell you I can't be responsible for a side of the ball that I don't even play on. So, but look at the completion percentage. Geno Smith has the best completion percentage out of all these guys. 67.5% over the games that he started as a Seattle Seahawk. Passing yardage right here, your man Jared Goff be putting that thing in the air, no doubt about that right there. In 2 less games, he still has more than Geno Smith. That's what they do. They're not a big running team, so he's going to pass a little bit more here. Passing yards per attempt there, Geno Smith better than Stafford, not better than Goff, but you see they're all in the same range right here. Passing yards per game, he's middling right there. We know Stafford and Goff and those guys really putting it. But look at the passing touchdowns. More than Derek Carr. Right? 6 more than Derek Carr here. Matthew Stafford just tripping. But look at the interceptions right here, right? So Geno Smith in more games has a couple of more interceptions than Goff, but only has a couple of more than Stafford, who played 12 less games. Do you hear anybody, any type of scuttlebutt of people saying, oh, Matthew Stafford sucks? When can they get rid of him? You don't ever hear that about Matthew Stafford. 34 touchdowns, 19 interceptions over the past 2 years. Obviously, his team won a Super Bowl, though, so, you know what I mean? But is that because of Matthew Stafford? Maybe you can say, was he the difference between Stafford or between Goff and Stafford when they got traded or whatever like that? To me, Jared Goff is actually the better quarterback now. It has been since he was traded. So imagine that. He just has a more complete team, and they was able to get the job done where they didn't get it against the New England Patriots that year. Derek Carr, 22 interceptions. So more than Geno Smith in that same time period in 4 less games. But Geno's always throwing the interceptions, right? Look at the passer rating. Geno Smith, 97.3, better than Stafford, slightly less than Goff, and better than Derek Carr. But look at this right here, right? None of these guys that mobile, not even Geno, right? But he's mobile enough to add in 563 yards on 114 attempts, right? Come on, look at the rushing average yards per attempt, 4.9 to 2.2, 1.5, 2.5. Come on, what are we doing here? We come down to some of this stuff right here. If we can see interception percentage, Geno Smith, 1.8, Jared Goff, 1.6. You got Stafford and Carr over a 2. What are we doing here? 8,600 yards for Geno Smith, 9,000. Like, come on. Like, he's comparable to these guys, and these guys, not many people say should not be starters in the NFL. So you hear a lot of scuttlebutt about Geno. It just doesn't match up with a lot of the guys who are his peers. He can be like I said before, any given Sunday between the 5th and the 12th best quarterback in the NFL. That should be more than enough to win with if you're doing what you have to do on both sides of the line of scrimmage, which I believe the Seahawks are aiming for now. You have yourself a veteran quarterback in Geno Smith, learning a new system that should be at least way more open, right? Could be more explosive, way more open there. Allow him to learn that while you bridge a young QB. They by all stretch or by all means necessary, they need to get a young quarterback in the draft. No doubt Geno Smith can hold that guy. You can go out now, you can get kind of a project guy if there's one in the draft and have him learn under Geno Smith for a year or two. That's how you make that great transition. Maybe Geno Smith ends up being Alex Smith. You never know. So the Chiefs were able to have a lot of success with Alex Smith. Geno Smith very much like an Alex Smith, right, in skill set and all that. Why not? Why not? So John Schneider continues to push all the right buttons, in my opinion, there. Look at that. I forgot about this. Look, 2 Pro Bowls for Geno Smith, 1 for all the other guys there. But Geno Smith sucks, Cletus. He's trash dookie. A few things on the final couple of games here and just get the overview of how the Seahawks finished up and their prospects for the future. Now, on offense, man, they did some really good things in the last couple of games. Really, the last few games, you can really say the offense really took a step forward, in my opinion, there. As far as your man Eat at Geno's goes, I like how they were definitely working that rhythm and timing aspect of it. But, man, Geno's ability in the pocket, I think, really showed itself in the last few games here. You can see in this slant here, right, albeit against coverage, right, zone coverage there. Jakob, right, to your man DK Metcalf, making these guys pay for the spacing there. But look at Geno right here in the pocket, right? You'll see the subtle slide there. I think he got really good or really honed in on that particular aspect in his time off there. We'll go through a few throws where I'm like, damn, he's kind of a pocket wizard with it there. But you can see him training through his progressions, right? Reading right to left here. That subtle slide, a little bit of a breach on the inside right here just causes him to slide. He knew where he wanted to go with this anyway there. This is a problem over here, right? At least for this particular season, you have to call it the way it is. Charles Cross, a little bit of sanitation, right? I'm not going to say he complete doo-doo butter, but he was not having a good season in my opinion there. But nice strike there to DK Metcalf. Dennis Rodman Jr. himself letting him run after the catch. Also notice Eat at Geno's doing his best imitation of, I don't know, a young Geno Smith or something like that. Your man was detaching from the pocket and getting after it in the run game. Very unlike Geno Smith, right? We know he wants to exhaust all possibilities in the throw game. He is a pocket passer through and through, but man, this can only help his game. You saw the breach. Where was the breach actually there? Where are we going right here? You have, TJ Watt right here, right? One of the hardest dudes in the league, period, right there. Nice spin move to the inside there. But dang, it looked like he got clipped up by his own guy here on this stunt. Got hit in his knee right there, and bang! Down goes Watt. He's asleep, of course. Geno Smith still looking upfield, right? But detaches there. Hey, we muscle relax somebody, right? Slow release muscle relax. But Geno showing off a little bit of wheels there, man, in this 33 years of age. I mean, look at this throw right here. Look, multiple breaches off the edge right there. Look at the pocket maneuverability and look at the arm sliding. What? Look at that arm angle action. Look at the breaches right here, first and foremost. You got TJ Watt dipping it low right here against Abe Lucas. You got Charles Cross here. He's on roller skates on ice. While the ice turned to black ice, right? Look at that. He can't anchor down that dog, right? He's pushed all into Geno Smith there, and Smith has to maneuver the pocket right here, keeping his eyes upfield while in the pocket, and then throws against the grain. Layers that bad boy. What? That is an amazing throw, albeit of just a few yards or whatever like that. But under the circumstances and then the arm sliding right there, man, definitely a wizard, right? And I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to actually take advice from some of you Seattle people, right? I'm going to ignore anyone who says that Geno Smith is trash, right? As a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further for you guys, right? I will just block those people because those people have no business up around me, period. There's no way people could watch this game, right? These last few games. You're talking about the Dallas game, this Pittsburgh game, the Arizona game. You talk about clutch throws, pocket maneuverability, arm strength, accuracy, even a little bit of athleticism, right? All that combined into one, and then say that this guy is trash. It's one thing if you wanted to say that he was average or above average or something like that. You know, I mean, I could deal with that. But there are people literally running around saying that this man is trash, right? And another thing, look at this throw right here, under duress. Offset, strong pistol, back to the basket play. Actually, a front-facing play action fake, throwing off his back foot. Jakob to your man. Whoa, trippy. What are we doing here? That man throwing off his back foot under a breach here. Front-facing play action fake, you really commit to it though, right? Because you're not really looking downfield either when you do this particular fake right here. He knew he wanted to go somewhere outside there. It looked like it was going to be a sprint out. Definitely a sprint out there, and he just has to throw it off his back foot there. Great job getting that up and over there. Pocket wizardry. You see this, right? They were going to stretch this out, play action, but look at TJ Watt there. Makes him fertilize himself, and then Jakob. What are we doing? This was crazy. Look at this right here. Back to the basket, play action fake. Got to keep it on that vertical plane right there in your drop back. TJ Watt, a monster, right? What did he do right here? So he split the difference, right? They're slide protecting right here, and TJ Watt reduces down, goes on the inside. Hell of a football IQ right there. Goes exactly where Geno is. Geno sticks that foot in the ground, fertilizes that man into a coma. Look at that shit. His foot tendon rolled up into his Achilles. His Achilles rolled up into his calf. His calf rolled up into his hamstring. And his hamstring rolled up into his ass. He was done. Splatter whacked. Bang. He was cooked. And then Geno has to jump twist throw this. Look at this. All right. Can't even really step into it. So he doesn't really get anything on this from his base and is still able to throw it. That's all arm. An all arm throw, that's perfect. On the money. All arm throw perfect on the money. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Mind Jigba. You get that motion here, right? That has that tail to it. They knew that they were in zone. Jackson Smith and Jigba coming right here in the void. Geno puts it up high. Only he can go and get it, all right, or he can protect himself at the very least. You can see him switch out right there. Straight zone, and look at them vacate. Jakob. I love it right there. Look at him. He came uncovered. Now, you got a guy right here. If you were to lead him by mistake, you need to guide him to where you would want him to be at. Geno, you need to throw this on a straight plane. And, got it behind him right there. He jumps up and goes and gets it, man. Jackson Smith and Jigba is a talent. Absolute talent right there. High, back of the end zone. Great placement. Look at the product placement. Great catch there. Protected himself a little bit as well. Talk about something. It has to be this play right here to DK Metcalf. This was an absolute perfect throw right here. In the spot where they usually struggle, Jakob. And my man, come on. Look at it. He was able to get separation at the last moment right here. But this is where you become, in my opinion, an elite receiver, a tried and true top 10 receiver, when you can consistently make plays like this. Look at that. That just looks very unnatural right here. It had nothing to do with anything. This is all on him. The defender's hands, Joey Porter Jr.'s hands is not even up yet. And he catches it like on his wrist. Tries to cradle it to his body, and then you get that, right? Instead of it just being a clean hands pluck, you can see where he struggles. Like, it's not about catching the routine passes that come to you. It's about these type of plays, right? Where it's a little bit more difficult, and you bring these in and you make them look routine. That's how you help your quarterback out right there. Now, I will give him credit for this. I don't think I've ever seen this from him. Hey, listen, first of all, I have to know, man, is this the king of pop? Right? The king of pop, Michael Jackson. No, not the cornerback, the actual king of pop. How is that not him? Dude, that's Michael Jackson. right? Mike lives forever. Just like y'all say Tupac is still alive, right? That has to be Michael Jackson right there, right? But listen, your man, DK Metcalf right here, showing some growth and maturity right here. Look at him. He goes up to you, man, eat at Geno's right here, and he's like, hey, man, this is my bad or whatever like that. And look at this. Of course, Geno Smith being the leader that he is, man, he's like, man, it's all good, baby. We going to get him, whatever like that. Love you, man, and all this and that. You know why? Like I said before, he's a great leader. If the roles were reversing, we've seen that on several occasions right there. DK Metcalf would flip out and try to embarrass this man on national TV and everything like that. But if you saw the reaction from Geno, it wasn't nothing of the sort right there, man. That's called being a good leader, man. You never try to embarrass your homeboy in public or your teammate in public or something like that, man. If anything, you guys can go talk behind closed doors, but I can respect DK Metcalf for owning up and saying that he should have caught in that pass because it was a perfect pass right in his hands there. But hey.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.